Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Football Judge TV with your host Monica
and Musa here. Thank you guys for clicking on this video. Before we go into anything else, guys, we'd like to ask you to subscribe to our channel. Here we like to talk about football from a fan's perspective. So if you're into this kind of content, consider dropping a like and also subscribing to our channel. After their 5-0 win against Norwich City, do you think Manchester City are back to their best?
I would not consider it a point of them being back to their best because this is ManCity.
Yeah.
They're the defending champions of the Premier League title. And this is Norwich City, surely, which has just been promoted recently.
Yeah.
So I think everybody expected ManCity to win because this is ManCity. Yeah.
Well, it was a very comprehensive performance. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
But we saw Gabriel Jesus come and get his chance. He really made a significant impact, had 2 assists.
Yeah.
But something to note was that he did not play as a centre forward, he played as the winger.
Yeah.
Taking all that into account, do you think Manchester City still need to bring in Harry Kane?
I would consider it a necessity if they really do want to take in the Champions League title. Yeah, if we go into that direction and still maintain the Premier League title. But I would not see it also as a necessity at the same time because
They're obviously doing well without him.
And Pep.
But again, you see, I would say it's a yes or it's a no, because I would say it's a yes if Harry Kane plays in that team when they were playing against Spurs the first game.
Yeah.
They're going to win that game. But again, if you I can also say that why would they need to sign a Harry Kane when they have won their last 2 Premier League titles without a recognized centre forward?
Yeah.
Aguero was there,
yes,
but he did not really start all the games. He was not like their key player and stuff. So you can always make a case for yes or a no with the case of Harry Kane signing. And yes, I would say that they're back to their billion best.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that point because Pep is a brilliant coach. He uses whatever he has and brings out the best in players. So,
but does he? He's always spending millions on players.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
But with or without Harry Kane, Pep can just use whatever he has to be able to win the Premier League title.
All right, let's go on to the next matter. Still on the hits of the weekend.
Yeah.
Now, we saw Lukaku make his second debut for Chelsea and scoring a goal. Do you think he was the missing piece in this Thomas Tuchel puzzle?
Absolutely. I think Lukaku was just the missing link that Chelsea needed. They have stayed for so long without an outright striker. And because Lukaku is very is a physical striker, and he knows how to hold the ball. He knows. I would say his play is almost like Giroud's, being the target man, kind of. I
would actually say he mixes everything.
Yeah.
He's a target man because you can actually play the balls into him and the runners around him. He can also he's got good pace, so he can also run into the channels.
Yeah.
And there's just nothing that lacks in his game at this point in time. And it's so hard for most of the centre back because we saw with Pablo Mari, he really struggled. And my question to you Chelsea fans, do you think that Chelsea have finally gotten the man they wanted? Is this the Drogba of the previous years? Is this the Costa that Chelsea have needed?
I know Chelsea fans right now are dreaming of the Premier League title, guys. I know, calm down, guys. We are still just 2 games
Actually,
in.
It's not too early, but you know, all the signs are there to suggest that Chelsea can challenge.
Yeah, okay, we can go with that.
Because,
but please, we need to calm down. This is the Premier League title. You can never be too sure.
Well, it's just 2 games.
You just celebrate and then you calm down, go back to the drawing board once again.
It's 2 games, but I'm here to say that Chelsea, I think we are going to take the title. But, I mean, it's Chelsea's to lose.
But I think also Lukaku would have scored more, surely. I think too, with those shots.
Okay, you can make a point of Chelsea still lacking the clinical edge, but I can also counter that by saying it was just his first game back at the club, and maybe they're yet to know the strengths and weaknesses of each other. And with time, you'll see them gelling better, and maybe he'll score more.
But of course, let us move on to the next point because we can sit here all day arguing
and
about
debate
Lukaku.
about Lukaku.
So what do you think about Liverpool's game against Burnley? I mean, they won 2-0. Do you think they are still the contending champions?
Well, I think that scoreline really flatters Burnley because 2-0 was a bit... It does not really reflect the true picture of the game. I liked how Tsimikas went in and played in place of Robertson. I liked how the young Javi Elliott came into the team. He was good. He was brilliant. Clever passes. A goal disallowed. A very brilliant assist to Mo Salah disallowed. Van Dijk back in the team. I mean, there's very little chance of me poking holes into the Liverpool team.
I believe what stood out for me is just that Van Dijk is back and Trent can go forward. I mean, that guy just wants to go forward. I think he really struggled last season. Liverpool struggled last season because he had to put up his defensive responsibilities up a bit. But I think now that he knows that Van Dijk is back, he knows the guy is back, he's just gonna be crossing and making those through passes as he always does.
Well, the good thing for Liverpool fans is that, well, they might have lost someone like Gini Wijnaldum to PSG. But when Javi Elliott came in, you wouldn't notice any difference in class or how the midfield functioned. Fabinho even did not play that game. Keita was really good. He is not really shown the best in a Liverpool shirt, but he was really good. And with Van Dijk marshalling that backline, Matip back in the team, there's just I think there's just an air of confidence again that comes back into the team, and they might just be the closest challengers to Manchester City.
We could go in that direction about them also contending for the Premier League title once more. But
that's a story for another day.
That's a story for another day, because we are still 2 games in, guys, and with Premier League you can never be too sure, right? So what do you think about the misses that we had during the weekend?
Well, I would say, not really say, let me pose it to you and ask you, do you think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got his tactics wrong against Southampton?
Absolutely. I think Ole did not put his tactics up well, because in terms of starting Martial, Greenwood really played well in their game against Leeds after they won. So I would consider Greenwood a very good centre forward. I don't know why he started him as a winger and had Martial being the centre forward. I would always consider Martial a good substitute, always. I think he does a good job as a substitute.
The strange thing is that I don't understand why he would change a wing formula. Because they won comprehensively at Leeds, 5-1. And Ole himself was quoted saying that Greenwood is the best finisher they have in the team. Well, if that is the case, as we saw even with his goal, the equalizer, why didn't he just start the game with Greenwood as a centre forward? The other question I would pose is, why would he bring in very expensive signing the likes of Sancho and Varane, but Varane will make a case for him later? Why would he bring in someone like Sancho and start him on the bench?
So I think a question I would be really curious about, and I would really want to ask you is, of course Manu won the last game with Leeds 5-1, and the last season they won against Southampton 9.
Such a humiliation.
Such a humiliation. But again, now this season they have they drew 1-1. So do you think Manu are back to their hot and cold kind of gameplay?
It's so hard to understand sometimes what Ole does, because one moment they're out there blowing teams away, the second they're there struggling even to create a chance and win. But I would say I would not take it so much out on them, because you need to consider that Sancho did not start the game, Varane did not start the game, Rashford is yet to come back, Cavani is yet to come and sharpen that attack. So while we might say that they are blowing hot and cold, it's also good to consider that it's just the start of the season, and Southampton just showed that a little bit of hunger and desire to hand the team down, force a mistake and grab the goal. So it's too early to say that, but maybe in the next few games, maybe we can see if we can make a case for that.
Yeah, of course. And let's talk about grabbing goals. Arsenal are not able to grab any goals. As in their performance against Chelsea. What do you make of it?
Well, I mean, that's probably one of the worst performances I've seen from an Arsenal team in a very long time. It is so hard to pinpoint a place to start. I think there are so few positives that I would rather start with them, and I could just sum them up in one sentence. Sambi Lokonga and Emil Smith-Rowe. Nothing else I saw on that pitch was really...
Everybody else was
really...
lacking.
Everything else was lacking. And now, the big question here is, do Arsenal have a personnel problem, or do they have a tactical problem based on what we saw from that game?
I would consider it more of a tactical problem, because Arteta was able to win the FA Cup. So why is he not able just to give these players a formula in which they can just perform? I think Arsenal fans just want a performance, a good performance, the drive, you know. Even if let's say Aubameyang was there, Lacazette was there. I mean,
Ben White.
Yeah, Ben White.
Thomas Partey.
Of course, all these are good players. So I think there's just something missing with the manager, just being able to drive these players to bring out the best in them. So yeah, it is really a concern in terms of tactics.
I see where you're going with it, and I can say, I might add on that and say, you see, if the manager really knew that maybe he had some players out with COVID, he had some players out with injuries, I think he should have made up for that by employing better tactics. Okay, one thing I would suggest he would have done, playing in the formation they did, I think someone like Xhaka or Lokonga should have been asked to at least screen the ball from getting from Lukaku. Because once the ball got there, Chelsea were overrunning them and turning those opportunities into goal scoring chances.
Yeah, it's very true.
The other thing I would say, why didn't he just match Chelsea's formation and play 3 at the back like he did so successfully when he won the FA Cup? It is such a puzzling question that Arsenal fans need to answer.
I mean, Arsenal, if I was an Arsenal fan, I think I would be screaming my lungs out right now. I don't think I would have recovered. It is so hard to recover from such a performance. It is.
And at this point, we have to ask ourselves, I mean, when are Arsenal going to win a game, let alone even score a goal? Because the next game is against Manchester City.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't see them getting anything from that game.
I feel like Arsenal fans right now are being tested, their loyalty. It's like you are at the breaking point of being tested, your true loyalty, whether you really are a fan or not a fan, you know. But anyway, this is football.
Should you trust the process? Or should Arteta go out? I mean, they are at that point of asking the question.
I think at this point I would have sacked.
Well, I think it's tough time for Arsenal fans. And I mean, when because they're going to play Manchester City next, it's probably going to get even harder.
It is.
And I for the best of the club, I just hope, in my opinion, I think they should just get rid of Arteta. But I'm really wondering if there's someone else who wants to take on that job, because it already looks like a poisoned chalice from the start. What should be the expectations this season?
I would say if at most 8. Top
8.
Yeah.
So you're suggesting they're not going to make any improvements after finishing 8 last season?
I don't see unless something happens out of the blue, because this is football. So something always changes. Maybe people would come out with injuries with the other teams. Maybe if maybe Chelsea has injuries, Liverpool has injuries. Maybe that kind of luck maybe would help them in a way.
Arsenal fans.
Yeah, maybe. I think you need a lot of luck.
Please tell us your expectations for the season. And we just like to know where is your team going to finish, and what would make you happy, or what would you consider as progress for you. And on that note, guys, we'd like to end this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like this video. Please share it with your friends, comment down below, and get interactive with us. We'd like to hear your thoughts. See you on the next one.